Hi, I'm Keith. Welcome to my art studio, where today I made another monster. Can you believe it? This is my pencil and ink wash. It's kind of a dinosaur monster, dragon type thing. It's really intricate, really fun, and this video shows you exactly how I made it. So stay tuned. I never write these voiceovers down before I do them. I just kind of wing it. It's kind of the same way with my artwork. I don't put a lot of thought into it, I just kind of have fun and do what I want. That's probably why my YouTube channel is doing so poorly, because I don't plan things out very well. But on the easel today is an Allosaurus. It's an Allosaurus. I used it as a jumping off point, but I made it my own like usual, and I added all kinds of things you'll never find on an Allosaurus, namely all these little spiky things on top of his head. That is purely my imagination. And my artwork is all about imagination. I like using reference, but then I like jumping off and making it mine and doing interesting, fun things. Now this particular painting, well, actually it's not a painting because I decided not to paint it. I've had some problems lately going overboard with my artwork and adding color, way too much color, and ruining a bunch of them. So this time I decided I wasn't going to do that. I took my paints, I tossed them out in the yard so I wouldn't have access to them, and forced myself just to use pencil and ink wash, and that's it. So basically this is black and white with gray tones. I do use a white pencil. I do use some white acrylic airbrush paint for highlights, but other than that it's just pencil and ink wash. Now normally I use two tones of ink wash, about a 40% gray and about an 80% gray. Now 100% would be black. You probably know that if you're an artist. So I start off by doing my drawing, and I add all kinds of interesting pencil work. And the pencil work to me is the main structure of the artwork. It's what makes it cool. I put all kinds of lines, contour lines, circles, dots, all kinds of things to add interest to the look of the image before I get out my ink washes. And right here you can see that I'm going through, I'm adding a bunch of hash lines and cross-hatching, all kinds of things to make this thing look interesting. So when I get to the point where I'm going to do my ink wash, and the ink wash will go on top, but you'll still see all the pencil work. And that's because I'm using an 8B, B as in boy pencil. It's a soft-leaded pencil, so I can get some dark lines. The last few paintings I did, I actually went over those with ink, and I made them too dark. And I've done a lot of these, a lot. I've been on this jag where I've kind of been overdoing stuff, overdoing it and overdoing it. I think that this one, simple is better. I mean, I'm not going to go back and paint this thing. When this one's done, it's done. So I'm putting on my first layer of ink wash, about 40% gray. And this is it's kind of interesting because the pencil work to me is a work of art, but the painting part is also a work of art. And they're separate in the way you do it and the way you think about it. So I'm actually doing two kinds of artwork here on one page, and then the highlights is kind of like a third. So that's why this is fun for me. It's really fun. This painting I think turned out pretty good compared to the last few ones I did. If you follow me, I put lots of spiky things on stuff. I make lots of monsters. I don't do kittens and puppy dogs and windmills and sunsets. I only do the things that make me happy. And for some reason, this makes me happy. It's like watching Jurassic Park every day of the week, I was a dinosaur kid. I loved them. I had dinosaur books. I'm not a dinosaur freak, but if I'm going to make artwork, I'm going to make artwork that I enjoy making. And to me, this is fun to make. I can't imagine why people would think it'd be fun to paint flowers, because we have flowers. We don't have this thing. I mean, you couldn't even find it in a museum because I changed it. I prefer to make cool. I suppose I could make flowers with spiky things. I once made a painting of flowers with eyeballs in it in the middle of the flower, and that was actually kind of a cool picture. I got a video on my page where you can watch me paint it. Which, you could subscribe, you could go through my list. I have like 360 different videos of me making this stuff. So, if you want to see me do it, I have playlists and playlists and playlists, and I have all kinds of fun stuff here. I do acrylics, I do ink washes, I do pencils, I do lots of different things. But the main theme through most of my work is you're going to find stuff that looks like this. But I have done things like goats. I've done some chickens. I've done some parrots, you know, to see if I could expand my audience. And honestly, nobody cared about my goat, and I thought my goat turned out pretty dang good. I got a video in here where I paint my goat, and if you want to see that, just go look for it. So right now I am going through, what's that? I got my pen out. I bought myself kind of a micro pen with a brush on it, and I did put some cross hatching on this, and I thought, you know, I'll do it. I'm not going to beat the hell out of it. Just enough to make it cool, because contour lines, I think, on your painting really, really add to it. It's kind of like when you do your cross hatching with your pencil. So I thought, you know, I'm going to do a little bit of this, not go overdo it, just do enough to make it look cool. So that's my micro pen, and I got the set I got had like 10 pens, all different sizes, and I can't remember what size. Like this is like a medium pen that said. So I'm going through and doing that, and after that, I believe I go in, and you'll see in a second here. But Allosauruses, I brought up some facts for you, and maybe I should just kind of read some Allosaurus facts here. Give me a second here. Allosauruses lived about 145 million years ago during the Jurassic period, part of the theropod family, a group of dinosaurs that ran on 2 feet. This dino could grow up to 40 feet from head to tail, about the size of Tyrannosaurus rex, though most Allosaurus fossils are about 28 feet long. But T-Rex, which lived about 76 million years later, had puny arms compared to Allosaurus forelimbs. Experts think it used its strong arms, clawed hands, to hold struggling prey. Now, I've done a lot of T-Rexes, and I wanted to do something different, so I chose to do an Allosaurus, and it has a different skull design. Oh, right now I am doing highlights with my white airbrush paint. So why am I using airbrush paint? Because it was $3 at the art store, and it's already mixed, and I didn't have to take my paint and try to thin it down. And it comes in a bottle, so I just dip it in the bottle. It's more of a convenience thing, and plus I wanted to see if it worked. For $3, I thought, what the heck, I'm going to give it a try. And I do like the way this looks. I'm using white highlights on my gray and my blacks, and that's what makes this picture really, really stand out. Now, please, if you have a chance, subscribe or follow me. Or I'm on Instagram. I'm on DeviantArt under Keith Trim. I have a Facebook page, but it's private. You can't go there. Sorry. But, you know, follow me on YouTube. This is where I'm at. This is where most of my work is at, and I would appreciate it if you give me a follow, because I make all kinds of fun monsters just like this. And here I go. I'm going to sign my name, and thank you for showing up.